Hi, and welcome to Trail Chats. I'm your host, Autumn King. Today, we'll be trekking and chatting with Elliot Jones, the program manager of the Mobile Assistance Community Responders of Oakland program, or MACRO. Come along with us as we walk these beautiful North Oakland trails. Maybe we'll make some water friends along the way. I picked that up pretty quick. So tell us who Elliot Jones is. Where does your Oakland story begin?
Well, I'm fortunate enough to be a native son of this city, born and raised in Oakland, California. Really a product of my two parents. My dad is a civil rights attorney and my mom was a City of Oakland employee for her whole career. So I grew up going to city council events and community meetings and really seeing all of and experiencing all of Oakland, the frustrations, the opportunities, the programs, and that changed me. I didn't think I realized that at the time, but it kind of drew me to wanting to serve and to give back and to find a way to help make Oakland a little bit better than when I found it. And I really hope that with the MACRO program, I have this opportunity and it continues to be an asset to the city of Oakland and the people of Oakland, more importantly.
Do you still live here in Oakland?
I do. I still live in Oakland. Both of my parents still live here in Oakland, so I see them regularly. I have aunts and uncles that live here in Oakland and family all over.
Rooted in Oakland.
Rooted in Oakland, totally.
There it is. But tell us a little bit about the MACRO program and what is it that your leadership does within this role?
Well, the Mobile Assistance Community Responders of Oakland, or the MACRO program, is something that was demanded of by many different citizens groups throughout the city as an alternative response program to really alleviate the stress that is on our police and our firefighters as they are trying to do so much more than beyond what they are originally to do. They focus on emergent issues. MACRO is for non-emergent, non-criminal quality of life concerns. And we've been in operation since April of 2022. We are in our 14th month of an 18-month pilot, but it's going to be around well beyond that. So what I think I bring to the table is I look out for our team. I really try to put our responders first because they do the work. And they just need to know that I'm committed and I'll show up every day that I ask them to show up to try to explain and communicate not only the work that we're doing, but the opportunity we have with such an innovative program here in Oakland. So a lot of my time is in community events at council and really doing what we can to promote the amazing work that our responders are doing.
An 18-month pilot,
yes.
You're 14 months in.
16.
16 months in. What happens in 2 months?
In 2 months, we are able to put a cap on that data collection of what this was about. And there's every indication that it's going to continue beyond that. It's not going to shut down, but this data collection period will be able to pull back on. And one thing we have proven is with a little know-how, a little bit of will, you could collect meaningful data and you can present that to the public. And I'm blessed to have an amazing data analyst, Dina Delavies, who works real hard to handle her business. Shout out to Dina. But it's amazing to be able to deliver this work for Oakland. And we have a lot more work to do, but the start has been strong.
Excellent. That's really good to hear that we can lean on at least this one program within so many other resources in the city to support those that are having mental health crises.
Absolutely.
Really important to understand that. Can you let us know where we would find out more information? Where are community members finding information about MACRO?
Well, the best place, the most comprehensive place to find data is the City of Oakland's MACRO website. If you search City of Oakland MACRO, it should be the first thing that pops up. And in there we have the type of calls that we go on, our hours of operation, how to reach us, as well as the impact reports that we have published since day one of being in service. The easiest way for Oaklanders to contact and request MACRO service is to dial the non-emergency OPD line, which is 777-3333. 510-777-3333. But if you want to reach out to MACRO directly, the best way is to email macro@oaklandca.gov.
Excellent.
macro@oaklandca.gov.
Let's keep walking. I love it. we've been chatting about our environment, where we are, this beautiful, beautiful setting. Talk to us a little bit about your mental and emotional health. How do you maintain your mental and emotional health?
I would say that's a loaded question, and I need to probably do better at it. But what I have found is the most therapeutic way for me to maintain my mental and emotional and even physical health is by taking walks, getting out and removing yourself from your current environment and trying to reset. I take walks daily. I took a walk before I came here today.
So you pregame walking?
I pre-gamed on you a little bit.
To come walk.
I had to be ready. I had to be ready.
Now I got to get myself ready.
But even a little 5 or 10 minute walk can really do a lot. And it's something that I think I utilized when I was young, through adolescence, through high school. And it's just something that's carried with me. And being back home in Oakland, there's no shortage of opportunities to go get out in nature, to go see a giant sequoia or something. And it's touch of redwood. It's really a great opportunity to be in this environment that you can go and be so close to this. And then after a few minutes, get back to work. So
the reset is really important. And I know you've talked to us about your staff resetting. What are some of the things that you encourage with your team to reset emotionally and mentally?
Well, we have talked about mental health really throughout the program. I think that in the first response and in the public service industry, there is a lot of people take their own mental health and emotional health for granted, and it gets pushed to the back burner because you're there to serve. But we have really tried to reset that within Macro to put the responders first. If they need a day, if they can't be their whole self with us, we ask them to take that day. We will pull them out the field so that they can reset, because this is very draining. You're dealing with folks that are in the most need and are going through so much that you can't have that brush off of you. There's something stays with you. So we acknowledge that, but we have the benefit of being in the fire department, where they have begun to prioritize the mental health of all of the firefighters and have had some great discussions with Chief Foley that came to talk to us early about how we need to prioritize our own mental health. So really, I put the responders first, because if we want them to do the job, we have to look after them.
Okay, and what about the physical aspect? How do you maintain yourself physically, and your team?
I'll be honest, I need to do more. There are definitely more in-shape people on the team. But for me personally, I do utilize the walks as well. I think 10, 15, 20 minutes sometimes can really be enough to just get the body moving and to work towards a goal. I do get on a bike sometimes and try to sweat it out a little bit more, but the walks have been the most common way that I stay active. But I'm blessed to be surrounded by a bunch of passionate people, and they all take care of themselves in different ways, and we encourage them to be physically and mentally fit. But my preferred way is a nice quick walk.
The parks here in Oakland avail themselves to that at every turn. Walking, breathing, resetting, all of that is so important. And we're so fortunate to be able to do so just a few minutes away from home. It's so simple to just kind of get out, reset, and breathe again. So I appreciate that about our parks.
I really do. And I grew up coming to Lake Temescal in this park that we're at today. I remember I had my 8th grade reunion over here, countless birthday parties and graduations, riding our bikes through.
I love that.
So it's just always great to be in a place that you grew up in and to have these full circle moments like we're having today. And I really would encourage all of Oaklanders to get out and explore not only your local park, but maybe another park. Get up into the hills, go down to the shoreline, go walk around Martin Luther King Shoreline
I was going to say, you were talking about the shoreline,
Yes.
you were talking about Peralta Hacienda area. We always think about just going to the hills and having the up and down inclines, but there are so many opportunities and so many parks here in Oakland, and we're hoping that more people can get outside and use that to reset, be themselves, and really enjoy the nature and natural beauty around us.
No, absolutely. I think a lot of people run to the lake, because why wouldn't you run to Lake Merritt? But there's just so many more out there. There's pocket parks. I think over the years, Oakland has made a huge investment.
Parks. I like that.
Right?
Did you just make that up on the spot?
No, they're hidden throughout. They're very popular in West Oakland. I think Fitzgerald Park is a pocket park. There's Snow Park over near the lake could be considered one, and there's another one that's up at the start of Wood Street that is another pocket park.
I love that.
But it's finding the space in all communities where there can be a little bit of green, a play structure, and some trees, and really allow the community that reprieve from the urban living that we're all in right now.
So we've been doing all this talking. Should we get up and start walking these trails?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. So, Elliot, tell me your desires, hopes, dreams for Oakland as a city.
How much time do you got? Really, I think that in the context of this program and what we've been able to prove these last 18 months is that my desire and hope is that Oakland continues to have the courage to try new things. And it is my desire that what we have proven inspires other departments and other citizens groups to continue to ask for and demand more of our city officials, because what we have proven with sometimes by the skin of our teeth that we can show up and serve every day. And that's a remarkable thing. And it took a lot of courage and a lot of individuals from out this city putting aside their differences to come and demand that we do something different. So it is a participatory democracy, and we only get out what we put in. Yeah. So I truly hope that Oaklanders will continue to stay engaged, they'll continue to demand the most of our city, and they will continue to support not only programs like Macro, but parks and other things that we are trying to do here. And I know that the passion is there. I hear it every day. I see it. I have it myself. And I just hope that we continue to feed into that and continue to make Oakland everything that it can be.
What does the future look like for Macro?
Oh, for Macro, it's tough to think. I almost can't see past my nose sometimes, but I hope one day down the road, Macro, and it'll evolve. What the fire department is today isn't the same thing that the fire department was 100 years ago. So as time goes on, I'm sure the program will evolve. But I hope one day in 10, 15 years, I'm sitting somewhere having a coffee and I see some responders pull up and help somebody. And they don't have to know me, they don't have to recognize me from Adam, but the fact that they're out there working will fill me with some pride. And I hope all of our responders that are laying this foundation get that moment at some point.
Elliot Jones, it has been such a pleasure chatting with you. This trekking and chatting with Elliot Jones has been amazing. Thank you for your time. Thank you for all that you do for the city of Oakland. Thank you for what you do for our community. And please tell your responders that we say thank you very much.
I will pass it along. Thank you for having me today.
We'll keep walking.
Yes, ma'am.